Before we dive into the exercises, we are going to take a quick, honest test together. In just 30 seconds, you will know exactly how well the blood is circulating in your legs right now. No equipment needed. You start with a perfect score of 5. I am going to list 5 symptoms, and for each one that applies to you, simply subtract 1 point. First, do your feet or toes feel cold even when the room is warm? That means blood is struggling to reach your extremities. Second, do your legs feel heavy or tired after a normal day of just sitting? That heaviness is fluid pooling because the return flow has slowed. Third, do you notice swelling or deep sock marks around your ankles in the evening? Fourth, do you get painful leg cramps at night that jolt you awake? That is oxygen starvation. And finally, do you see new spider veins appearing? If you scored 2 or lower, do not worry, but pay close attention. Pause the video now, write your score in the comments to track your progress, and let us begin the journey to fix this. Welcome to Chapter 1. Before we dive into complex exercises or medical jargon, we must start with the most crucial step: listening to what your body is already telling you. We call this the 5-point test. Imagine your legs are like the dashboard of a car. Long before the engine fails, a warning light flickers. Yet, in our busy lives, we often ignore the heaviness, the slight swelling, or the temperature changes, dismissing them as mere fatigue. This chapter is about decoding those signals. We are going to perform a rapid, self-diagnostic check that you can do right now, wherever you are sitting. It is about understanding the subtle language of your circulatory system, specifically the messages sent by your second heart, the calf muscles, which are often whispering before they scream. The first and second points of our test focus on the visible physical evidence, color, and texture. Look at your lower legs. Is the skin shiny and tight? Is there a discoloration, perhaps a reddish hue near the ankles, or a pale, waxy look? Now, perform the pitting test. Gently press your thumb into the skin just above your ankle bone for 5 seconds and release. In a healthy leg, the skin snaps back instantly. If a dimple remains, like a footprint in memory foam, it indicates edema, fluid retention caused by valves in your veins struggling against gravity. This physical inspection is your baseline, revealing if your tissues are waterlogged and if the elastic fibers fail to spring back. Next, we move to the third point, temperature. This is a tactile check. Place the back of your hand against your toes, then move up to your shin and knee. Your extremities should be cooler than your core, but they should not be ice cold. Conversely, a specific hot spot on the calf could indicate a clot or infection. We are looking for asymmetry. If one foot is significantly colder than the other, or if your feet remain perpetually freezing, even under a blanket, it suggests that the arterial blood flow carrying oxygen and nutrients is being blocked somewhere upstream. Temperature is the silent circulation thief. The fourth point is sensation. Close your eyes for a moment. Do you feel a faint buzzing, a tingling like ants crawling on your skin, or perhaps a numbness in your toes? This is not just falling asleep. It is a potential sign of peripheral neuropathy or vascular compromise. When blood flow is restricted, nerves begin to suffocate, sending erratic signals to the brain. We often ignore these pins and needles until they become permanent numbness. Acknowledging this sensation now is critical because it is the primary signal of nerve distress. Finally, the fifth point, pain and function. Do you experience cramping, especially at night? That sudden, seizing pain that wakes you up is often your muscles crying out for oxygen and electrolyte balance. Or perhaps you feel claudication, a cramping pain that starts when you walk and stops when you rest. These are not just annoying cramps. They are the definitive sign that your demand for blood is exceeding the supply. By combining these 5 points, color, edema, temperature, sensation, and pain, we create a comprehensive snapshot of your vascular health. Passing this test means we maintain. Failing any point means we must act immediately to start regaining your mobility. Imagine your body is a vast network of highways, and your feet are the furthest destination on the map. To check if the traffic is flowing smoothly to these distant outposts, we use a deceptively simple tool, the capillary refill test. It sounds medical, but it is actually a conversation your body is trying to have with you. You don't need expensive equipment, just your thumb and a moment of focus. This test measures how efficiently your circulatory system pumps fresh, oxygenated blood to your extremities, specifically the microscopic vessels known as capillaries. Why do we focus on the toes? Because gravity is a relentless force. Your heart works tirelessly to push blood down, but getting it back up requires healthy vessels and elastic walls. When we perform this test, we are essentially stress testing the plumbing at the furthest point. If the pressure there is good, it is a strong indicator of overall cardiovascular efficiency. Conversely, a delay here acts as an early warning system, whispering that your circulation might be sluggish or compromised. Let's perform the test together now. Sit comfortably and remove your socks. Take your thumb and press firmly on the nail bed of your big toe, or the fleshy pad underneath if your nails are painted. Hold that pressure for about 5 seconds. You are physically squeezing the blood out of those tiny capillaries, forcing the tissue to turn a pale, blanched white. It's like squeezing a sponge dry. You are creating a temporary void within the tissue. Now, release the pressure instantly. Watch closely. You are looking for the flush, the moment the pink color rushes back in. Count 1, 2, 3. In a healthy circulatory system, that color should return completely within 3 seconds. This rapid refill signifies that your vessels are elastic and your heart is pumping effectively. It is a small biological miracle happening right before your eyes, confirming that life-sustaining oxygen is being delivered promptly. If the color takes longer than 3 seconds to return, do not panic, but do pay attention. It could simply mean your feet are cold, or you are slightly dehydrated. However, if you are warm and hydrated, a slow refill suggests peripheral vascular resistance. It is your body's signal to start the movement protocols we will discuss next. This 3-second window is your baseline, a simple daily check-in that empowers you to understand the silent rhythm of your own blood flow. Welcome to the hidden engine room of your body. While the heart in your chest gets all the credit, there is a silent hero working tirelessly in your lower legs. We call this the second heart. It consists of the soleus and gastrocnemius muscles, the powerful calves that do something extraordinary. While your chest heart pumps blood out to the extremities with ease, it is the job of these muscles to defy physics. They must push oxygen-depleted blood from your feet all the way up to your lungs, fighting every inch of the way back up against gravity. How does this miracle work? Imagine your veins are a ladder with one-way gates. These are the venous valves. When you walk or flex your feet, your calf muscles contract, squeezing the deep veins like you would squeeze a tube of toothpaste. This pressure shoots the blood upward through the open gates. But when the muscle relaxes, the gates snap shut, preventing the blood from falling back down. It is a perfect, rhythmic, mechanical miracle beneath your skin. However, in our modern world, we have stopped moving. When we sit for hours at a desk or on a plane, the pump turns off. Without that muscular squeeze, blood begins to pool in the deep veins of the legs. The flow becomes sluggish. Instead of a rushing river, your circulation turns into a swamp, slowing down like thick syrup. This stillness invites danger. When blood stops moving, it changes its chemistry. It becomes prone to clotting. This is the mechanism behind deep vein thrombosis, or DVT. Tiny blood cells clump together, forming a solid mass in the deep veins. If this clot grows large enough, it acts like a dam, causing swelling and pain. But the real terror is if it breaks free and travels to the lungs. It is a silent process, often starting without symptoms, simply by blocking the life flow. The solution, however, is beautifully simple. Your physiology demands movement. You don't need to run a marathon to activate the second heart. You just need to engage the pump. A simple heel raise, a flex of the toes, or a short walk is the ignition switch. By consciously activating these muscles, you force the valves open, flush out stagnant blood, and restore the rhythm of health. You hold the power to prevent the clot simply by keeping your circulation alive. We start our practical journey right where you likely are, sitting down. Whether you are at a desk, on a plane, or watching TV, prolonged sitting acts like a kink in a garden hose for your circulation. The blood pools, the valves struggle, and heaviness sets in. But you don't need a gym to fix this. You just need gravity-defying micro-movements. Let's activate the second heart immediately. Keep your feet flat on the floor. First, lift your heels high while pressing your toes down. Feel the calf muscles contract. Then, drop the heels and lift your toes toward your shins. This teeter-totter motion forces the calf muscles to squeeze deep veins, manually pumping blood back up to your chest. Next, lift one foot slightly off the ground. Imagine drawing a perfect circle with your big toe. Rotate your ankle slowly clockwise 5 times, then counter-clockwise. This isn't just about blood flow. It lubricates the stiff ankle joint, ensuring the pathway for major veins remains open and flexible, reducing that tight, swollen feeling around the joint. Now, we move higher to engage the hamstrings and quadriceps, which assist the return flow from the upper leg. While sitting tall, slowly lift one knee toward your chest, hold it for 2 seconds, and lower it with control. Do not slump. This action compresses the femoral vein gently, encouraging the stagnant blood in the thighs to move upward toward the heart. Consistency is the secret ingredient here. These movements are medicinal. Aim to perform this seated routine for just 2 minutes every hour. Set a silent alarm if you must. By integrating these simple pumps and rotations into your daily rhythm, you turn passive sitting into active recovery, preventing the silent damage of stasis before it even begins. Now that we have gently woken up our feet while seated, it is time to challenge gravity directly. Phase 2 is all about standing activation. You see, sitting creates a stagnant pool, but standing and moving turns on the body's most powerful hydraulic system. We need to get you out of the chair because, while wiggling toes is helpful, bearing weight is where the real magic happens. Standing engages the postural muscles and signals to your vascular system that it must work harder now that the full force of gravity takes over. The first and most critical movement in this phase is the heel raise. Stand with your feet hip-width apart, perhaps holding a chair for balance. Slowly rise onto your tiptoes, pause for a second, and lower back down. This isn't just exercise, it is mechanics. Your calf muscles act as the second heart. Every time they contract, they squeeze the deep veins inside your legs, physically forcing the deoxygenated blood against gravity and back toward your chest. Imagine a powerful pump at your ankles, sending a surge of blood shooting back up. Once the pump is primed, we add rhythm with the standing march. Lift your knees high, one after the other, as if you are marching in place. This does 2 things. It increases your heart rate slightly to circulate that mobilized blood, and it engages the hip flexors, which often get short and tight from sitting. Do not rush. Focus on the height of the knee lift. Breathe in sync with your movement. You are creating a cycle of compression and release, sensing your movement to the rhythm of your own heart. After pumping and marching, we need to open the pathways. Step one foot back into a gentle standing lunge. Keep the back leg straight and press the heel down. This stretches the calf we just worked and opens the front of the hip. When our hips are tight from sitting, they act like a kink in a garden hose, restricting flow. By stretching here, we straighten the hose. Feel the stretch run down the back of your leg and the front of your hip, visualizing the tension and tightness melting away completely. Finally, stand with both feet flat on the ground. Close your eyes for a moment. Do you feel that? A subtle tingling, a sense of lightness, or perhaps a warm sensation in your lower legs? That is the feeling of successful circulation. You have manually restarted the flow. The heavy, leaden feeling of the workday is being replaced by fresh, oxygenated blood. Now that the blood is moving freely, your legs are lighter, and your body is ready to transition to the final, most relaxing phase, where we will use gravity to our advantage and prepare for deep restoration. After the rhythmic pumping of our standing routine, we transition now to the most profound phase of restoration: stillness. We call this phase 3, the reset button for your circulatory system. Having spent the day upright, fighting gravity, your veins have worked tirelessly to push blood upward. Now, we are going to work with gravity, not against it. It is not simply about lying down. It is about strategically positioning your body to create a vacuum effect, allowing blood that has pooled in your ankles to flow back to the heart effortlessly. This physical inversion signals to your body that the work is done, creating a physiological shift that relieves pressure instantly. Let us practice the legs up the wall pose, or Viparita Karani. Find a quiet wall space. Sit sideways with your right hip touching the wall, then in one smooth motion, swing your legs up while gently lowering your torso flat onto the floor. If your hamstrings feel tight, slide your hips back a few inches or place a small cushion under your lower back. The goal here isn't flexibility, it is elevation and ease. Your legs should be comfortably above your heart level, creating a gentle, downward slope for fluids to drain. While you lie there, close your eyes and visualize the valves in your veins finally relaxing. For hours, they have held the line against gravity. Now, gravity is their ally. This inversion encourages lymphatic drainage, significantly reducing edema and that heavy, swollen sensation. It also triggers the parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest mode, lowering cortisol levels, which often contribute to vascular constriction. Remain in this position for 10 to 15 minutes. Focus on deep, diaphragmatic breathing. As you inhale, imagine fresh oxygen traveling all the way to your toes. As you exhale, release any remaining tension in your calves. You might feel a cooling sensation or a light tingling. This is a positive sign that stagnant blood is clearing out, making way for fresh circulation. To exit, do not rush. Slowly bend your knees, hugging them to your chest to neutralize the spine. Roll gently to your right side and rest in a fetal position for a moment before sitting up. This prevents dizziness and allows your blood pressure to stabilize. Incorporating the simple inversion before bed acts as a powerful preventative measure against DVT and varicose veins. By mastering this phase, you complete the cycle of activation and restoration, fully preparing your legs for a new day of movement. Imagine your blood vessels not as rigid copper pipes hidden beneath your skin, but as a dynamic, living network that reacts to everything you eat. At the heart of this network is the endothelium, a delicate inner lining that requires specific fuel to function. The most critical fuel is a fleeting gas called nitric oxide. This molecule is the master commander of circulation, signaling your arteries and veins to relax, ensuring they remain soft and pliable rather than stiff and brittle. Without sufficient nitric oxide, the pressure builds and the walls struggle to contain the flow, leading to that heavy, tired feeling we know too well. Essentially, we must feed this inner lining to keep it a living, breathing tissue. So, how do we boost this invisible hero? The answer lies in the garden. Nitrate-rich foods are the precursors to nitric oxide. Think of the deep, red earthiness of beetroots, the vibrant crunch of celery, and the dark green leaves of spinach and arugula. When you consume these, your body converts their natural nitrates into the gas that dilates your vessels. It is a natural biological mechanism that allows blood to move freely against gravity, helping your veins relax and widen. While nitric oxide opens the highways, omega-3 fatty acids maintain the road surface. Inflammation is the enemy of your vein valves. It causes them to swell and malfunction, allowing blood to leak backward. Omega-3s, found abundantly in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and plant sources like walnuts and flax seeds, act as a potent fire extinguisher for this inflammation. They reduce the stickiness of platelets and ensure that the blood traveling through your widened vessels maintains a smooth, uninterrupted flow. However, these nutrients need bodyguards. Nitric oxide is unstable and degrades quickly in the presence of free radicals. This is where vitamin C and E come into play. By adding citrus fruits, berries, and almonds to your diet, you provide the antioxidants necessary to shield the nitric oxide, allowing it to work longer and more effectively. It is a nutritional symphony where every component supports the other to keep that precious molecule intact. To bring this into your daily life, visualize your dinner plate as a prescription for vascular health. Picture a grilled fillet of salmon resting on a bed of steamed spinach, topped with crushed walnuts and a squeeze of fresh lemon. This isn't just a meal. It is a targeted therapy for your circulatory system. By consistently choosing these ingredients, you are rebuilding your vessel walls from the inside out, making your legs feel lighter with every step. Imagine arriving home after a marathon day, your legs feeling like lead weights anchored to the floor. This heaviness isn't just fatigue. It's fluid stagnation waiting to be released. Our first ally in this battle is hydrotherapy, specifically contrast showers. By alternating between warm and cool water, we create a pumping mechanism within the blood vessels. The warmth dilates the capillaries, inviting flow, while the sudden switch to cool water constricts them, flushing out toxins. It is essentially gymnastics for your vascular system, waking up those tired pathways instantly. While water heals us in the evening, we need a guardian during the day. Enter the often misunderstood hero, graduated compression socks. Forget the stigma that these are only for the elderly. Think of them as an external muscle layer for your calves. They apply maximum pressure at the ankle and gradually loosen towards the knee, defying gravity's pull. This engineering marvel supports your vein valves, preventing blood from pooling when you are stuck at a desk or standing in line, acting as a preventative shield against the onset of varicose veins. Beyond external tools, there is magic in your own hands through self-massage. We aren't talking about deep tissue digging here, but rather manual lymphatic drainage. Picture the lymph system as a slow-moving river just beneath your skin. Using gentle, rhythmic strokes moving strictly upward from the ankle towards the heart, you encourage this river to flow. This technique clears the metabolic waste products that cause swelling, turning a swollen limb into a sculpted, lighter version of itself. To elevate this massage ritual, consider the medium you use. Essential oils like cypress or peppermint aren't just for aroma. They stimulate microcirculation on contact. Combining these with a magnesium spray can further relax tense muscle fibers that constrict blood flow. For those finding manual work tiring, a foam roller or a gua sha tool can be effective substitutes. The key is consistency and direction, always pushing the fluid back to the body's center, honoring the natural roadmap of your circulatory system. Integrating these habits doesn't require a spa day, just a few mindful minutes before bed. Whether it is the invigorating shock of cold water, the supportive hug of compression wear, or the soothing rhythm of massage. These small acts compound over time. By caring for your legs daily, you are protecting your mobility for the future. As you drift to sleep with lighter legs, remember that this relief is the result of active care, ensuring you are ready to stand strong again tomorrow. Welcome back, dear friend. We've journeyed through an incredible path together, exploring the hidden wonders of your circulatory system, understanding your second heart, and discovering practical steps to revitalize your legs. From the quick 5-point test to the profound science of DVT, and through gentle seated routines, powerful standing activations, and restorative inversions, you've gathered a treasure trove of knowledge. Now, it's time to weave all these insights into a tangible, actionable plan. Our 14-day leg rebirth journey. This isn't just about following exercises. It's about a conscious commitment to nurturing the vital flow within you, creating lasting habits that will serve you for years to come. Imagine it as a gentle reset, a dedicated fortnight to rediscover the lightness and strength in your lower limbs, setting the stage for a healthier, more vibrant you. Our 14-day journey begins with a foundation of awareness and gentle activation. For the first 3 days, focus on integrating the seated routine, diagnose 1, into your daily life. Perform it twice a day, perhaps once in the morning and again in the evening. Pay close attention to how your legs feel, noticing any changes in sensation or ease of movement. Simultaneously, begin incorporating the foundational nutritional advice. Think vibrant foods rich in nitric oxide and ensuring adequate omega-3 intake. Days 4 through 7, gently escalate the activity. This is when you'll introduce the standing activation, diagnose 2, aiming for once daily alongside your seated routine. This stage is about building strength and improving the second heart's pumping efficiency. Remember the 3-second capillary refill test. Observe any improvements as your circulation begins to awaken. Don't push too hard. Listen to your body and celebrate small victories. As we enter days 8 through 11, your body will start to feel more responsive. This is the perfect time to consistently integrate the restorative legs up the wall, diagnose 3, practice. Aim for 10-15 minutes each evening to truly reverse gravity's effects and aid lymphatic drainage. Explore the lifestyle tips we discussed. Perhaps a warm foot bath followed by a cool rinse, hydrotherapy, or trying out compression socks for extended periods of sitting or standing. Gentle self-massage techniques, focusing on the calves and ankles, can also become a soothing evening ritual. By days 12 to 14, the goal is to seamlessly blend all these practices. You should be performing a combination of seated and standing routines, the inversion, and actively applying your nutritional and lifestyle insights. This final phase solidifies your commitment, turning individual actions into a holistic, sustainable wellness routine. Throughout these 2 weeks, you're not just moving your body, you're actively engaging with the profound science behind your circulation. You're reminding your second heart, those powerful calf muscles, how to efficiently pump blood back to your core. You're fortifying your blood vessel walls with essential nutrients, making them more elastic and resilient. And you're significantly reducing the risk of conditions like deep vein thrombosis, DVT. By maintaining healthy blood flow, this journey is a testament to your body's incredible capacity for healing and adaptation when given the right tools and attention. It's about understanding that every small step, every conscious choice, contributes to a larger symphony of health within you. The lightness you feel, the increased energy, and the absence of aches are not just temporary fixes. They are indicators of a profound internal shift. As our 14-day journey culminates, remember this isn't an end. but a beautiful new beginning. The Leg Rebirth program is designed to empower you with the knowledge and habits to maintain vibrant leg health for life. Consistency is your greatest ally. Don't strive for perfection, but for persistence. Some days might feel easier than others, and that's perfectly normal. Celebrate your progress, forgive your occasional slips, and always return to the practices that make you feel good. Your legs carry you through life, literally and figuratively. By dedicating this time and attention to them, you're investing in your overall well-being, your freedom of movement, and your quality of life. Embrace this newfound vitality and step forward with confidence, knowing you have the power to keep your second heart strong and your legs forever thriving. The journey truly begins now, with every conscious step you take. As the final scaffolding comes down, the structure stands not merely as steel and glass, but as a testament to resilience. We witness the first rays of dawn reflecting off the surface, illuminating the smiles of those who now call this place home, proving that every struggle served a greater purpose. Looking back at the scars of the journey, we realize they were not setbacks, but the very foundation of our strength. This creation is no longer just a dream in a sketch pad. It is a living, breathing beacon of hope for generations to come. And as we turn the page to a new chapter, we carry this certainty that the impossible is simply a challenge waiting to be overcome.